we interrupt this program to bring you the following.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the popular game show To Tell the Truth, where 3 contestants all claim to be someone well-known. And it's the panel's job to determine who's telling the truth. Today we are fortunate to have a man who is known all over the world. He is loved and worshipped by many. Accepting him as your personal savior can change your life. Now, let's meet our contestants. Contestant number 1, what is your name?
I am Jesus of Nazareth.
Contestant number 2, what is your name?
I am Jesus of Nazareth.
Contestant number 3, what is your name?
I am Jesus of Nazareth.
Panel, these 3 men all claim to be Jesus Christ, the Jewish Messiah. And it is your task to discover which one is telling the truth. The other 2 will try to fool you and our studio audience. You will each have time to ask your questions, and then you will need to decide your eternal destiny. No pressure. Chanel, we will start with you.
Number 1, did you have any brothers or sisters?
Everyone is my brother and sister.
Number 2, same question.
Well, actually, they're my stepbrothers and sisters.
Number 3, do you actually claim to be the Messiah?
Well, I don't like to toot my own horn, but some people do call me the king.
Number 2, were you closer to any one of your followers more than the others?
Well, I was rather fond of Simon Peter, James, and John.
Number 1, did you have a special relationship with Mary?
Which Mary? There were a lot of Marys.
Number 3, I understand it took you 6 days to create the universe. Anything you regret creating or something you would do differently?
Well, mosquitoes. Definitely mosquitoes.
Sorry, time's up. John, it's your turn for questioning.
Okay, so contestant number 1. You're Jewish, right? Okay. Are you God in the flesh?
Isn't God in all of us?
Okay, number 2. Do you claim to be God in the flesh?
I am.
And number 3. Tell me, who are your disciples?
Let's see, I had Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Simon Peter, there's Greg and Bobby, and then Cousin Oliver.
So, number 1. When did you exactly figure out that you were God?
I've always known who I was. What about you, John Thomas?
So, number 3. Why is Christmas so important?
Nobody likes to have a blue Christmas. Besides, it's my birthday.
Okay. Number 2. If you're the real Jesus, do you have a sense of humor?
Well, John, actually, I created you, didn't I?
Good one.
Time's up. Let's move to Maggie for the final questions.
So number 2, what was the purpose of miracles?
To fulfill the law and let everybody know who I am.
Okay, number 3, what would your message be to the people?
I would say, don't be cruel.
Number 1, how do I get to heaven?
I am the way, the truth, and the life.
And number 2, same question for you.
It's not that difficult. I'll get you directions.
Number 3, tell me what your father looks like.
God the Father, well, he's a very bright light and a hunk of burning love.
And number 1, same question.
If you've seen me, then you have seen my Father.
Thank you, panel. Well, that signals the end of all the questions. I will now give the contestants a chance for one final response. Contestants, Who do you say you are?
I am the bread of life.
I am the vine.
I am the king.
And now it is time to cast your votes. You must choose between contestant number 1, contestant number 2, or contestant number 3. Chanel, who do you say is the real Jesus?
I pick number 2. He just had all the right answers, and he came so prepared in a button-down shirt with a pen in his pocket. It's gotta be number 2.
Okay, that's a good reason. John, how are you going to vote?
Well, I actually kind of had a hard time with this. I wanted to go with number 3 because he seems a little bit more down to earth, somebody that you can relate to. But then number 1, he kind of blew me away. He knew my middle name, and that just freaked me out. So I gotta go with number 1.
Okay. What about you, Maggie?
Actually, I have no idea. I guess in the scheme of things, it doesn't really matter as long as you believe in something, right? So I just went eeny, meeny, miny, mo and came up with number 3.
You have all made your selections. Now it is time to find out who the real Jesus of Nazareth is. Is it contestant number 1, contestant number 2, or contestant number 3? Will the real Jesus please stand up?
We now return you to your regularly scheduled program.